of Magna Carta and at the same time another historic occasion. And I'm delighted to introduce my co-presenter with us tonight, Christiana Becker.
Assalamu alaikum.
Christiana is a former MTV presenter and author of From MTV to Mecca, this amazing book, which describes her amazing journey to Islam and whatever happened afterwards. It's an amazing read. Christiana, the most amazing thing about her is that she found her faith through Pakistan. And she is a great friend of Pakistan, whether inside Pakistan or outside Pakistan. Christiana?
Thank you very much, Arif. Very kind of you. Bahut shukriya, bahut mehrbani. Yes, and in fact, it was through this friendship of Pakistan that we met. Arif became a great Arif Anis Malik, my co-presenter tonight, became a great supporter of my book. And in fact, he's an author himself, and he's wrote several books. One of them, the new one, is called I Am Possible, out in Urdu, and will come out in English as well. In fact, my book is now also out in Urdu, and will come out is already out in English. Arif is actually a CSP from obviously Pakistan, and a corporate speaker all around the world. He has authored a number of books. The other one is called Follow Your Dreams. Arif is also an analyst with various think tanks, including RUSI.
Well, my thanks. So let's give a big hand to Christiana and myself.
All right, so tonight there's a great lineup of speakers, some very interesting, very serious, very eminent people here in the audience, and we're looking forward to hearing all about the various different aspects of the law tonight. We'll be giving some prizes away, some awards. There's going to be musical entertainment, and of course a lot of delicious food to look forward to. And as Arif already said, we are commemorating not only the 8th anniversary of the lawyers' movement, which Arif will be talking a little bit about, as well as also the 800th anniversary of the famous Magna Carta. Now, we'll be talking a little bit more about the Magna Carta in depth later on. It's, of course, the Great Charter. It's originated as a potential peace treaty between royalists and rebel factions in 1215, before the outbreak of the First Baron War. Now, it was first drafted. Anybody know who first drafted the Magna Carta? Correct! Bravo! It was yes, round of applause. That's a good piece of knowledge. The Archbishop of Canterbury first drafted the Magna Carta. It promised the protection of church rights, the protection for the barons from illegal imprisonment, access to swift justice, and limitations on feudal payments to the crown. I think some of those issues perhaps might resonate with some of us here in the audience. I mean, in Pakistan, certain things like that are still perhaps going on now. Feudal payments, illegal imprisonments, etc., etc. But thanks to all the good lawyers here in the room, I'm sure all that will be abolished as the Magna Carta calls for. Now, Arif, what else are we celebrating?
Well,
8th anniversary of the lawyers' movement. Would you like to remind us?
Before we crack into that, formally, we would like to start tonight's amazing event with the recitation of Holy Quran. And I'll be inviting Muhammad Asif to come to the stage and recite the holy verses of Quran. Muhammad Asif, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم.
आज की तकरीब बाकायदा तौर पर शुरू होती है और सबसे पहले मैं वो नाम आपसे शेयर करना चाह रहा हूँ जो यहाँ तशरीफ़ रखते हैं. Few of the biggest names in the history of Pakistan's lawyers movement, at the same time, not only history of the lawyers movement, but at the same time, legal movement itself. So we are honored to have Justice Sayyid-ur-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab, who flew from Pakistan. Let's welcome with a big hand, round of applause. We are honored to have Mr. Assam Zafar Sahab, who is a veteran name, and all of us are indebted to him for so many things, what he's done in the last 5 or 6 decades for Pakistan. So let's give him a big round of applause as well. We are honored to have Dr. Khalid Ranja, who doesn't need any introductions. So let's welcome him to this amazing event as well. Now, none of us could forget the amazing Ali Kurd for the amazing role played in the lawyers movement. So big round of applause for him as well. And we are indebted to have Mr. Hamid Khan, who would be introduced later, but let's give him a big round of applause and welcome for being present over here. Christiana, you were telling me something about lawyers' jokes when we started, when we got together in the afternoon.
Well, actually, I started Googling lawyers' jokes as we're hosting a function of lawyers and legal things, and I was actually quite shocked, I must say, by what I found, some of which we shall be sharing tonight.
All right, so what's so different about lawyers' jokes in particular?
You mean what's wrong about them?
What's wrong about it? Yes, exactly.
Well, lawyers don't think they're funny, whereas everybody else doesn't think they're jokes.
All right, so we're going to put it to test and figure out how it works. Now, the first speaker tonight, he's an amazing person. It is believed that there are few characteristics like skills, like nabuwat, like some of the amazing gifts. They are not transferred from one generation to another one. Like, say, if one person is an amazing doctor, it's not really important or not really possible that the sons or daughters could be doctors as well. But we have someone amazing over here. He is himself a barrister, and his 5 children are barristers as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one son, one of them is a QC. I'm going to invite Mr. Naseem Bajwa, who is an analyst, who is a legal commentator with an amazing history. And let's welcome him to the stage.
इजाज़त दीजिए कि मैं चंद अल्फाज उर्दू में कहूँ। सबसे पहले तो ये है कि अक्सर बच्चे अपने बाप के हवाले से पहचाने जाते हैं। आपके सामने एक ऐसा बूढ़ा आदमी खड़ा है जो बच्चों के हवाले से पहचाना जाता है। दूसरी बात जो मैं कहना चाहता हूँ वो ये है कि तमाम ममालिक में सियासी जमातें उस मुल्क के मसाइल को हल करती हैं। मेरा ताल्लुक उस बदनसीब मुल्क में से है जिसकी सियासी जमातें जो हैं दे आर नॉट पार्ट ऑफ माई सोल्यूशन, दे आर पार्ट ऑफ माई प्रॉब्लम। तीसरी और आखिरी बात मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि आज यहाँ पाकिस्तान के वो नामवर अदालती जज और वकला तशरीफ़ रखते हैं जिन पे हमें फ़ख्र है। मैं उनसे दरख्वास्त करता हूँ, 800 साल पहले इस मुल्क में मैग्ना कार्टा बना, लॉ, लिबर्टी एंड लेगेसी। आपकी क़ियादत में आइए पाकिस्तान का मैग्ना कार्टा आप लोग बनाएं। शुक्रिया।
Christiana, so many lawyers are going to speak today that we're going to lose a couple of pounds while up and down on the stage. Yeah.
Looks like it,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Good. Well, thank you, Mr. Naseem Bajwa. Our second, well, before we go for the second,
Well, actually, I have a question for you, in fact. So, Arif, having Googled so many lawyers' jokes, how many lawyers' jokes are there, do you think, altogether?
All right. I believe there are only 3 lawyers' jokes. Rest of them are all true stories. So we're going to start with 1, 2, 3 later, right? So the next guest of ours is an international speaker. As you might have heard, in International Legals Conference, there are different delegates from different countries who are representing their subsequent bar associations or their respective countries. So we have with us today Mr. Harinder De Silva, who is in fact president of Sri Lankan Bar Association of the UK. And he's representing the particular country and the Bar Association. And your big round of applause. Let's welcome Mr. Harinder De Silva.
Organizers of this wonderful conference, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends. I say friends because there's two of my friends here, Sigbat Kadri, whom I've known for a very long time. I've been Queen's Counsel in England for 20 years. I think Sigbat has been Queen's Counsel for substantially longer than that. And my other friend, Ali Bajwa, who I saw coming in. I can't see where he's seated at the moment. He's hiding in a corner over there. Ali Bajwa, Queen's Counsel, and I spent 2.5 months last summer in Nottingham in a very high-profile murder trial, and it was a lot of fun being with him. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you about our association just in a minute or two. The Association of Sri Lankan Lawyers in the UK, we're about 10 or 11 years old. We have 250 members or thereabouts. We're quite proud of what we do. Our lawyers obviously come from a very small country, and this is a very small association compared to, I'm sure, the Pakistani lawyers, the Indian lawyers, and so on. What we have done is every year we organize a series of seminars on various aspects of the law, criminal law, immigration, that sort of thing. We do at least half a dozen seminars per year, which are very well attended. We're very proud of that. We also do a lot of charitable work, and I think I'm happy to tell you that we have funded to date 8 or 10 law libraries in the provinces in Sri Lanka, in some of the smaller places, not Colombo. These are law libraries which hold 200 or 300 books for the benefit of the students and other persons who might be interested in the law, and these have all been funded by personal funds from our members. So I'm very proud of that, and that's an ongoing matter. And I think we can be justifiably proud of that because, as I say, we're a relatively small organization, and each of these libraries that we have funded cost in the region of £2,000 or £3,000 each, and we have sourced the books quite a lot from India and so on. Of course, as you've just been told, we are also commemorating 800 years of Magna Carta. I'd like to just read to you clause 40. I'm sure all of you here are very familiar with Magna Carta. I'm sure you've memorized it in your sleep. Clause 40, which is the one that's perhaps most pertinent to us lawyers, says this: to no one will we sell, to no one will we deny or delay right or justice. And it's from that the expression justice delayed is justice denied. And so my only message, as it were, if I can say so, is this: we on the subcontinent, all of us, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, we've had our difficulties with the judiciary, we've had our difficulties particularly with delay. And the one thing that strikes me, and I have some experience of judicial processes in India and in Sri Lanka, that the one thing that is really a scourge on our judicial and justice systems is the delays that are built into the systems. And I think if the only message we can get across is this, we must tell our fellow practitioners in the subcontinent to try and get to grips with the delays that are endemic in our systems, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is justice denied, and we must defeat that. So remembering what Magna Carta has said, let us not deny justice to the people of our countries who deserve something better. And I'm sure all of us put together can do that. Thank you very much.
Yes, fascinating with the Magna Carta, and also what you mentioned, that very important point. Now, of course, the Charter became part of English political life and was typically renewed by each monarch in turn. Although, as time went by, it kind of and the English Parliament started passing laws, it kind of lost its practical significance. And more on the Magna Carta a bit later on.
Excellent. To no one we deny the right of justice. What an amazing and powerful utterance and clause. Christiana, you know about Pakistan. There's something very, very extraordinary which relates Pakistan and lawyers. Are you aware of that? There's something in the history of the country which ties up legal profession, lawyers with the country, with the fate of the country, with the destiny of the country.
Tell me.
Right. I think this could be the only country in the world. In fact, there were three important people, those people who, in fact, conceived the very notion of a separate homeland. At the same time, the one who, in fact, pronounced the name Pakistan in first place, and the one who was leading from the front. So three very important people, they had some connection with law.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about Allama Muhammad Iqbal,
Yes.
the one who is considered the dreamer, the one who thought of the country in first place. Then Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, the one who in fact pronounced Pakistan in first place, and then our founder of the nation, Muhammad Ali
Pakistan
Jinnah.
Zindabad.
Exactly, Pakistan Zindabad indeed. So these people, and that connects to how powerful this particular profession has been. Once the founder of the country said that, Quaid-e-Azam said that I won Pakistan with the power of my typewriter. Right? Like no war was waged or no, yes, people definitely sacrificed a lot. But in fact, he won the country inside the courtroom by pleading with the conviction what he had for this country. So that's why those people, in fact, when we look at lawyers in Pakistan, they are far more important. They have much more crucial responsibility compared to any other country where they are just those people who have their eyes fixed on others' pockets and they are charging them for money. So I believe Pakistani lawyers, they don't charge a fee, I believe. I haven't seen any.
Really? Is that so? Is this true? Right. Are you all charity workers?
No, not at all. But yes, that's done with a passion.
Yeah.
Now, our second guest, in fact, who is one of the most important names in this country, and he's the one who, in fact, became the first, he changed the course of history for Pakistani diaspora, for becoming the first QC, in fact, first Muslim QC, not only Pakistan, but first Muslim QC in this country. And let's give him a big round of applause. I'll be calling and inviting Mr. Sibghatullah Qadri for delivering his speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to be here, and I'm really proud today and pleased that for the first time in my lifetime here, Pakistani community and the young people are organizing a function, a conference, which is important because I'm used to attending meetings and conferences about Pakistan, about election in Pakistan, about this party and that party, or even in this country. But today, we are saying we are part of this society. We are integrated. We are British. We are remembering what happened 800 years ago. The first charter which gave freedom, and if I say people of this country, well, the barons of that country, not the serfs, the Magna Carta. That today we are saying we are British. We are British Pakistanis. We are having an international lawyers conference where we are bringing the leading lawyers from Pakistan. And we are discussing a first charter which was really a charter developed because there was a king who was corrupt, who was raising funds, who was oppressive, and the barons of this country, the feudal barons, didn't like it. They put up a fight. And they got that king to agree that the free man would have rights. The free man was not every Englishman. There were serfs, the less than 50%. But that charter, which became known as Magna Carta, which became part of the United States Constitution, which became part of the United Nations Charter, and really, and I have been known not to be a great Muslim. I was arrested in 58 by Ayub Khan as a young student being called communist. But I've always said all these charters really are nothing. But those are the charters stolen from 1400 years ago. The charters of Misaq-e-Madina, the human rights that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave to the whole world. And that was, nobody will be punished without evidence, nobody will be arrested, nobody will be fined, nobody will be asked to give taxes. That's what this Magna Carta was. And that Magna Carta became the foundation of democracy. That was for the barons, but that became foundation for the ordinary man of the world. And then I was so proud that in March 2007, 8 years ago, lawyers of Pakistan, and they're sitting there, Hamid Khan, Ali Ahmad Kurd, Itazaz is not here, the others, lawyers of Pakistan came out on the streets and they were saying, no more, there should be justice. Justice should not be denied. Justice shall not be sold. The Magna Carta. And the lawyers were saying, Dharti hogi maa ki jaise. They were all talking, the lawyers, you know which lawyer I'm talking about. But Dharti is not anymore maa ki jaise. The Magna Carta has won, but the lawyers' movement have lost. I regret to say, I'm sorry if you are annoyed, because the lawyers' movement started a long time ago. But the Magna Carta said, no one will be punished without the consent of their peers. They'll be tried by their own peers. But today in Pakistan, despite lawyers' movement, the lawyers, not the journalists, not the martial law administrator, but the lawyers, Ehtisaab have said, yes, you can be tried not by your peers, by the army generals. You will have military courts. So, while we celebrate Magna Carta, I'm sorry, I can't celebrate the lawyers' movement, because today, the lawyers of Pakistan are saying, you can have military courts. You can hang people by the judgment of a man who knows not a word of law, who is a colonel, maybe lieutenant colonel, who will sit there. Swift justice you want. So today we are proud. As a nation we fought against Ayub Khan in Pakistan, against Ziaul-Haq. We had leaders who went to the gallows like Bhutto, and Magna Carta we said, we'll fight. We had Quaid-e-Azam, the founder of Pakistan, who would never agree to any military courts. But today we have to think about it. And the lawyers who are here, who's got the Chief Justice, ex-Chief Justice, who's got a great lawyer, Hassan Zafar, here, more senior than Hamid Khan and Ali Ahmad Kurd. When will we have a Magna Carta? 800 years ago, this country had it. We thought 8 years ago we were going to have one. Shall we have? Let's hope for that. Thank you very much.
Yes, what an amazing question. In fact, he leaves us with some food for thought. Yes, when are we going to have our own Magna Carta? जिसको एक उर्दू का शायर कुछ इस तरह से कहता है कि मेरे किस्से में तुम तो आते हो, मेरे किस्से में तुम तो आते हो, मेरे हिस्से में क्यों नहीं आते? Right? So this is the question we need to ask ourselves. When are we going to have our own Magna Carta?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say, please don't fall asleep. Starters are being served any minute. But now I have a question for Arif, and that is, how does an English attorney sleep?
I think first he sleeps on one side and then he sleeps on the other side.
First he lies on the one side, and then he lies on the other side. Anyway.
Right, so
That's only for English lawyers, of course.
exactly. In fact, we have today a few of the very important people who have been instrumental in the history of Pakistan. And as I said earlier, that Pakistan probably could be one of the few countries where lawyers have been that strong that they have really impacted the history. And one of the amazing names which you are going to introduce is of Dr. Khalid Ranjha.
Yes, absolutely. Dr. Khalid Ranjha is a lawyer and politician from the Punjab. Of course, he belongs to the famous Raja Jad family. His own family, as you well know and better than me, is very influential in Pakistan. Dr. Khalid Ranjha is very well known for his knowledge of the law and the advice he has been given to many of Pakistan's presidents. He held various government posts himself between March 2003 and March 2009. And in his political career, he was a former senator for Punjab and was affiliated with Pakistan Muslim League. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Khalid Ranjha.
Let's ask him, when are we going to have our own Magna Carta? Mr. Ranjha.
Good question.
It's a proud privilege to be on the rostrum here. I must congratulate today's organizers who have put the galaxy of young lawyers together, and that too to deliberate on serious questions. When we talk of Magna Carta, you talk of human rights, and you talk of rights written on piece of paper. Talking about things at home, it's one thing to have human rights inscribed in the Constitution. We have them all, and have them written in such nice words. Authors are sitting here who have written human rights, our charter in the Constitution. The problem is about our mindset. How many of us, the law says, give the rightful amount of what is due to a daughter? Do we do it? No. We preach a lot. We quote scriptures. We quote Surat An-Nisa. This is the right of a daughter. Do we do it? No. Can a girl marry of her own choice? No. Can you vote with your own choice? You may call it family bondage. What I'm saying is that our culture is such that we have all a feudal mindset. And what we need is, and those of us who say that education would be a panacea for this, I have my reservations. Mindset takes years, centuries to change. And I think when we talk of rights, if you talk of Islam, Islam promotes human rights. There's a difference between United Nations Charter and Misaq Medina was being talked about. In Islam, the issue is not others asking for their rights. Obligation on me is to give away the rights which are due to others. Whereas in the Anglo-Saxon system, people have to ask for their rights. So I, for one, believe that our problem is of a mindset which is enmeshed in a cobweb of feudal thinking. Unless we address that, we'll keep on making good speeches from the rostrum. And as for the actual implementation is, of course, not all through courts. Only 5% cases come to courts. The others are, of course, decided elsewhere. And our second problem, which of course I'm going to leave it to you, vis-a-vis Pakistan, is whenever you talk of problems in our country, you always accuse generals and judges, not journalists, of course, but you say in one breath, it's the generals and judges. For generals, of course, they have a mechanism to choose. For judges, I don't recall ever us being satisfied on the choice of judges. We do not have a right kind of a mechanism. There is an element of arbitrariness somewhere. We did make effort to redress it. For example, we followed your law, this is Act of 2005, about the commission being set up with this country. You find it working all right. We have copied it almost by the letter, didn't work with us. And the reason for that is that system with you is, of course, you have Queen's Counsels in various areas. You can choose from them. But with us, I think our basic problem is why the bar is not developing as it should is that we have a problem in the choice of judges and their appointments. Before you disperse, do think about it. You must be having lots of ideas. Do help us there. I'll be grateful to you. Thank you very much.
This is the moment for amazing services throughout his life. Dr. Khalid Ranja is the first one to receive Lifetime Award from International Legal Conference. So let's give him a big round of applause. I'll be requesting the second generation of Mr. Bajwa, it's Ali Bajwa, in fact, to come over on stage and pass on the Lifetime Award to Dr. Khalid Ranja.
I'm honored.
The award, please. Yeah. थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब जो डॉक्टर साहब ने अभी बात की उनकी बात को थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ाते हुए कि हम पाकिस्तानी अमूमन अपनी पहली बीवी पहले वकील और पहले जज से मुतमईन नहीं होते Right. Our next speaker, who is in fact, say, even a bigger name, in fact, and someone who, if you look at the history of the country from several aspects, he's one of maybe the 10 biggest names who have done so much for the country, who have contributed massively, who is an intellectual, who is in fact a barrister, who is in fact a lawmaker, and from several angles, he is someone who जिनको जब हम देखने लगते हैं तो हमारी दस्तार गिर पड़ती है. Asim Zafar Saab. So would you be introducing Mr. Asim Zafar?
With great pleasure. So I forgot my microphone. We can't take, sorry, can I just... ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Asim Zafar began his career as a lawyer in the 1950s. He played an important role during the 1958 imposition of martial law in Pakistan, and again enforcing amendments to Pakistan's 1962 constitution, which at first did not have sufficient protection for basic human rights. I wonder if Mr. Zafar Saab was inspired by the Magna Carta to get the protection of the human rights at that time implemented in Pakistan. After serving as a judge of the High Court and as Pakistan's Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Zafar retired from the government in 1968 and started his own legal firm. Currently, he is a Pakistani human rights activist, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, politician and present senator, PML. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Zafar Saab as well as his wife and perhaps the daughter. Everybody is here.
So when we would
Thank
invite
you.
him for an award, but for speech, yes, Azmi Zafar Saab.
My compliments to Mr. Mubeen Rasheed and his team for organizing this wonderful gathering here. I am compelled to compliment Khalid Ranja and thank him that he has included me and Sibghatullah amongst the young people when he says that the younger people have been gathered here. Thank you very much, Khalid Ranja. Our wonderful lady, Christina Baker, whose book I had read long time before, and I was keen to meet her. So I'm grateful for this organizers that today they provided me to come and know that she is not only beautiful in her soul, but she's a beautiful looking lady. Having a small conversation with her, I got more attached to her because she loves not only Islam, but she loves my city, Lahore. And she's very fond of it. And I'm sure all those who are from here, from Lahore, would start admiring her. She loves them. She is also very fond of Pakistan. She has visited Pakistan a number of times. Thank you very much for being that sympathetic. Today is not an occasion to make a long speech, nor will I do that. But I have got to thank all of you who have gathered here, both to listen to us and to honor us. But because people will expect me to say a few things, I have been, and someone said, have we been inspired by Magna Carta? I have read Magna Carta a long time ago. And I've always been wondering, how has this document achieved such a great importance? It was a rebellion by the barons, not by the citizens, by the barons against the king. And out of more than 40 clauses, about 37 are in their favor, and only 3 clauses for the citizens, and no more. They have been read here repeatedly. So whereas I'll give the compliment to those who mentioned those 3 clauses, but I'd like to say that the civil society of the United Kingdom of don't worry. I use it only to correct the people. So I give compliments to the people of United Kingdom that they brought such a life into the value of Magna Carta, that 3 clauses have become more important and all other clauses gradually were eliminated. This is how charters and constitutions acquire importance by the support of the people. And this is why I'm sure why Mubeen Rasheed and their team have decided to call the lawyers who were there in the lawyers' movement to show that the lawyers' movement, along with the Constitution of Pakistan, will bring the freedom movement, freedom to Pakistan also. I've heard Mr. Sibghatullah mentioning about military courts. We are all against military courts. All lawyers are. We do not want it there. But he has said, how come the parliament has passed the law and how come the lawyers are supporting it? Mr. Sibghatullah, Pakistan is passing through a very difficult time. Extremely difficult time. We are in the eye of storm. To talk of everything and all values and ideals is very easy, excuse my saying so, in United Kingdom and in London. But if you come to Pakistan, you have to deal with the national security, And while you are dealing with the national security, you have to take some very drastic steps. People are being killed everywhere. There are bombs all over. Even places where you go to worship is not being spared. Once we thought at least the janazas were safe places, but even they have been bombed. Schools have been destroyed, and therefore we have to take some drastic action. Please have some consideration for Pakistan and for the people who are trying to have their freedom and trying to have the freedom of the people. We assure you, as soon as the situation gets better, the lawyers of Pakistan will be the first one to say that these courts, which have been tolerated with great difficulty over our ideals, have been to be abolished. They will be very soon abolished, inshallah. You don't have to worry about it. So as I said, Magna Carta was a very ordinary document to say so. Rudyard Kipling, who was one of the great writers, poet, thinker, he also has said it, that about the document. And what he said is just simply this. I'll read it out to you. Yes. The whisper wakes. The Magna Carta was called the whisper, but it woke the people. जब लोग जाग गए, तब्दीली आ गई. The shudders place, and thereafter the revolution or evolution start taking place. So I would like to call upon the people of Pakistan on your behalf and on behalf of all of us that they should be the guardians of the Constitution. Courts claim to be the guardians of the Constitution, but that's a part. Lawyers claim to be the guardians of the Constitution. And I would certainly compliment my lawyer fraternity, that they have always been guarding the Constitution whenever the chance came, right from the years 1950 onward. So therefore, we are not going to lag behind other fraternity, members of the fraternity. I'm thankful that I have been called here to be before you, and I want to share with you that when I was given the highest civil award in Pakistan, Nishan-e-Imtiyaz, which I was to receive in presidency in Islamabad, and I happened to be in Islamabad. But for some odd reasons, I did not go to the presidency to receive it. But when Mubeen Rasheed came and he said that we are going to get an award, whether we deserve it or not, but an award for what we have achieved in our life, I did not hesitate for a moment. I did not travel from my apartment in Islamabad to presidency for that highest award given to me in Islamabad, but I have traveled from Lahore to London to receive the award from my fraternity. It is an award of my life. And to the Pakistani here, I would like to leave a very small message. I have been repeating it over and over again. Your love for Pakistan is unprecedented, unprecedented. I think that sometimes you're more patriotic than Pakistanis are. Keep that alive. Keep that fire burning. But please, for God's sake, don't follow the politics of Pakistan. Don't get fragmented. Don't get fragmented. Don't become X-party people, Y-party people. To my mind, they all do not deserve you. You deserve much higher position. Your position is Pakistani immigrants, Pakistani immigrants, Pakistani immigrants, and nothing else. Take part in the social life of United Kingdom and get your rights here. We are talking of Magna Carta. That gives you all the rights. And I hope you will achieve the same, and we'll try to do it also in Pakistan. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, sir, for your utterly kind words. And I'm very proud to say that you've actually read my book. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So what an amazing person, what a legend, in fact, who inspired several generations in Pakistan. And only a seasoned person like Asam Zafar Sahab could in fact praise Christiana in front of his own wife and get away with it. So for his amazing services to the field of, to the legal field in Pakistan, and we are so grateful for you being here. We would be in fact requesting the first Muslim QC in the UK, Sabqatullah Qadri Sahab, if someone could help him over to the stage to deliver him, to present him the award. So a big round of applause for Asam Zafar Sahab and Qadri Sahab. A big round of applause, please.
Great achievements. Great honor to me. I wish we'd had more English, in fact, some English media in this audience, because it's always, you often just see bad news from Pakistan, and if they would be here, the international media, you know, they would be shocked to see such talent in this room, such high achievers, such eminent people with passion, with intelligence, with faith, who really made great contributions to develop the country of Pakistan and bring it forward and really fight for the rights of the people and the country. It's such an honor, really, to be to witness, you know, these great speakers, and it's great to also meet the family of.
Exactly. Yes, we are delighted that
the daughter is there as well.
Bobby and granddaughter.
Granddaughter,
yes,
mashallah.
Granddaughter is also here. So congratulations to you all and to all the legal fraternity. Now we would be discontinuing the speeches for a few minutes, and would be inviting someone from an organization called Muslim Hands. It's one of the most effective, most impactful organization. A civil society organization, a not-for-profit organization.
Charity.
A charity.
Yes, around the world. They're based in Nottingham, I believe.
Yes.
And in fact, have been shortlisted for many awards as well. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Muslim Hands.
Muslim Hands, some documentary, and then we'll be calling Sayyid Lakhte Hussain afterwards. So we'll be playing the documentary, an informational documentary for a few minutes.
And then who are we expecting after the documentary?
We are expecting Sayyid Lakhte Hussain, who is in fact one of the flag bearers from the relevant organization. And if there is a problem, then probably we could play the video later. And could we invite Sayyid Lakhte Hussain?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Say.
Thank you.
فَمَّا زَبَدُ فَيَذْهَبُ جُفَاءً وَمَّا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسَ فَيَمْكُثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ صدق اللہ العظیم. میں دل کی یتھا گہرائیوں سے جناب مبین رشید کا شکریہ ادا کرتا ہوں کہ انہوں نے پاکستان کے ہی نہیں بلکہ برطانیہ بھر کے بڑے لائرز کو اس ہال کے اندر اکٹھا کیا. میں ان کو مبارکباد دیتا ہوں اور اپنی آرگنائزیشن کی طرف سے ان کو مستقبل کے اندر بھی اس قسم کی آرگنائزیشن یا اس قسم کے پروگراموں کو کرنے کے لیے تعاون کا یقین دلاتا ہوں. ہر وکیل اپنا کیس لڑتا ہے اور یقینی طور پر ضرورت مند کی مدد کرتا ہے. چیریٹیز بھی کیس لڑتی ہیں، لیکن ایک کا کیس لڑنا ایک بزنس کے طور پر ہوتا ہے اور ایک کا کیس لڑنا خدمت کے طور پر ہوتا ہے. چیریٹیز بھی کیس لڑتی ہیں یتیموں کے لیے، غریبوں کے لیے، مسکینوں کے لیے، بیوگان کے لیے اور ان کے حقوق کے لیے. جہاں تک جانا پڑے پہنچتی ہیں हत्ता कि उनकी खिदमत के लिए जोली फैलाना पड़े तो उससे दरेज नहीं करते। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बासीत पाकिस्तानी मुस्लिम हैंड्स को इस्टेब्लिश करने की अल्लाह ने मुझको 1993-94 में तौफीक दी। आज ये बरतानिया के वन ऑफ द मेन चैरिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और मोर देन 50 कंट्रीज के अंदर ये काम कर रही है। मैं ये बताना चाहता था कि wherever actually we go around the world, no doubt that this is a British Muslim charitable organization, but at the end people they ask us, tell us where are you from originally, who you are. Then we tell them we are Pakistani. You cannot believe they open their hands, they open their hearts, and they give us the place wherever, whatever we want to do in those countries. पूरी दुनिया के अंदर आज जो सिचुएशन हो चुकी है, अगर चैरिटीज वहां किरदार अदा ना करे तो कौन करेगा? पाकिस्तान का अर्थक्वेक हुआ, पाकिस्तान के फ्लड्स 2010, कैन यू बिलीव कि जितने बड़े फ्लड और कितने बड़े वो नुकसानात हुए, इन चैरिटीज की वजह से एक भी बंदा भूख से नहीं मरा, एक भी बंदा भूख से नहीं मरा। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ये चैरिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो मोर देन 50 कंट्रीज में काम कर रही है, पाकिस्तान का मोहब्बत भरा नाम दुनिया भर के अंदर लेकर जा रही है। जहां पर भी लास्ट 20 years के अंदर wherever we have seen the natural disasters, Muslim hands alhamdulillah is there in the front line all the time. We do not actually leave the country after the problem finish. We stay there with the long-term projects, and they are for the orphans and for the needy children, we establish school of excellences. And these school of excellences, they are not like this. They are like here. The quality and the good education, alhamdulillah, provide everywhere in the world. If you go to Pakistan, alhamdulillah, we have about 50 schools. If you go to Bangladesh, we have 3 schools. If you go to Kabul, you can see Muslim Hand School of Excellence there. If you go to Sri Lanka, you can see there. If you go to Indonesia, you can see 2 Muslim Hands education complex there. Niger, Mali, Mauritania, Sudan and Somalia, alhamdulillah. Basically, we are transforming your donation to them, the needy people. This is our job, alhamdulillah, we're doing. और पाकिस्तान के अंदर अभी आप डॉक्यूमेंट्री भी देखेंगे, हमारे जो 50 स्कूल जो काम कर रहे हैं, दे आर द ऑर्फन्स के लिए हैं, और ऑर्फन के लिए ऐसे स्कूल नहीं है जिसको हम मजाक के साथ खोती स्कूल कहते हैं. दे आर द स्कूल ऑफ एक्सीलेंस विद इट्स नेम. और यतीम और गरीब बच्चों के लिए आज पाकिस्तान के अंदर जो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव जो एजुकेशन बच्चे ले रहे हैं, अमीर, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह यतीम और गरीब बच्चों को वो तालीम दी जा रही है. आप इस्लामाबाद के अंदर जाना चाहें, भलवाल के अंदर जाना चाहें, पत्तों के अंदर जाना चाहें, पेशावर के अंदर जाएं, आज़ाद कश्मीर के अंदर जाएं, इन द डिफरेंट सिटीज़ अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. एक हमने एक मेगा प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है वज़ीराबाद के अंदर, जहाँ इस वक्त 2 कम्प्लेक्स हैं, एक 5 एकड़ के अंदर, एक 4 एकड़ के अंदर, बच्चियों के लिए भी और बच्चों के लिए भी. पूरे मुल्क से हमारे अपने स्कूलों से जो बेस्ट ऑर्फन चिल्ड्रन हैं, हम वज़ीराबाद के अंदर उनको लेकर आते हैं. और आपको ये खुशी होगी, उस पूरे प्रोजेक्ट को जो कई करोड़ से बना है, उसको स्पॉन्सर आपके एक वकील दोस्त ने जो ग्रेटर मैनचेस्टर से हैं, मुख्तार हुसैन क्यूसी ने, वो सारे का सारा प्रोजेक्ट स्पॉन्सर किया है. मैं ये चाहता हूं, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं, दुनिया कमाने के लिए सारी दुनिया है, लेकिन इज्जत कमाने के लिए कुछ और चाहिए. दुनिया की दौलत से फ़कत इज्जत नहीं मिलती, उस दुनिया की दौलत को गरीबों, यतीमों, मस्कीनों के ऊपर खर्च करने के बाद इज्जत मिलती है. और मैं यहां तक कहता हूं, यू डोंट हैव मनी, यू हैव नथिंग इन योर हैंड, just to go to help to the orphan and needy and the widows. You will see when you will die, How many people come in your funeral? Or who will come? You will see that. इसलिए मेरा ये job है to invite the people and give them direction. Do not actually just get dunya, because you are the professional people I know and you are very busy. We request you, please come with Muslim hands. Inshallah, on ground we actually will have the projects and you will see the projects. और हम इस चीज के ऊपर हैं, नस्लों को बनाने के लिए नस्लें लगती हैं. आज इंग्लैंड जिस सरजमीन में खड़ा है, there after 300 years, where is America standing? About 150 or 200 years की मेहनत के बाद अमेरिका यहाँ खड़ा है. If you want to see the Pakistan, we have to start somewhere on the right way, to put the right brick, then we will see the result. Or that is the education. Last बात करना चाहता हूँ, हम स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन के ऊपर काम शुरू किया. पाकिस्तान की स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन की टीम बनाई, हमने स्पॉन्सर किया. ब्राज़ील के अंदर उसका हमने इंटरनेशनल जो वर्ल्ड कप हुआ फुटबॉल का, स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन का, पाकिस्तान की टीम फर्स्ट टाइम गई और 3rd पोजीशन वर्ल्ड के अंदर हासिल करके आई. और दे वर ऑल स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन. फिर हमने उनको नॉर्वे भेजा, पाकिस्तान का टूर करवाया. आज अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 3 साल का हमने स्ट्रीट चिल्ड्रन के लिए वहाँ पर प्लान तैयार किया है. अहमद फराज का आखिरी शेर पढ़कर और अली रज़ी अल्लाह ताला अन्हु का एक इरशाद सुनाकर ख़त्म कर रहा हूँ. अहमद फराज कहता है, शिकवाए जुल्मते शब से तो ये बेहतर होता. हर कोई शिकवे कर रहा है पाकिस्तान के, but we need to see that how much I contributing for my country, for my families, for my people. शिकवाए जुल्मते शब से तो ये बेहतर होता, अपने हिस्से की कुछ शमा जलाते जाते. We need to see that. Are you contributing? क्या हिस्सा दे रहे हैं उससे? I feel many people doing. और आखिरी बात हजरत अली की बताकर अर्ज कर रहा हूँ. आपने फरमाया, तुम में से हर शख्स लोगों से दुआएं करवाता है, मेरे लिए दुआ करो, मेरे लिए दुआ करो, मेरे लिए दुआ करो. आपने फरमाया कि ऐसा काम कर जाओ तुम्हें लोगों के लिए, लोगों को दुआ के लिए कहना ना पड़े, वो लोग तुम्हारे लिए खुद दुआ करें.
Thank you so much for your attention. And this is, in fact, after the break, we are going to have the 3 amazing speakers, the highlights of tonight's event. I would mention Hamid Khan Sahab, he is here with us, Ali Kurd Sahab, he is here with us, and our Honorable Justice Sayyid Uzama Siddiqui Sahab. So this is the lineup. In fact, before we get to them, we're going to have the
some winners on stage.
Exactly, yes, some local winners on the stage. Those who have done wonderfully well in terms of legal practice, and they are amazing success stories. And that time, we want you to give them a big hand, a full round of applause, because you are one of them, and most of you are going to be there on the stage. You'll be taking turns.
Yeah.
So the first one.
First nomination, first
Yes.
prize actually, first award.
Exactly. I'll be introducing before we go forward.
Okay.
This is going to a firm, a law firm, which is Makhdoom Law Company. This is the chief executive of the company, Makhdoom Tariq Mahmood. He is chairman Overseas Trust. Also, he is member of Overseas Pakistanis Commission Punjab and Board of Governors member for World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis.
And the best RFL overseas solicitor firm in law is?
And yes, this is the firm which is working in the UK as well as in Pakistan. So our first big success story, let's welcome Makhdoom Tariq Mahmood to receive the award from Hamid Khan Sahab. If you could kindly pose for the photographs. A big hand for the first RFL firm working in the UK and in Pakistan. A great success story.
And the second award tonight for an overseas Pakistani law firm is for the best solicitor male in a law firm, for immigration actually.
Exactly, and the name is Mr. Riaz Gul.
And our third award for an overseas Pakistani best solicitor female in a law firm, also immigration, and the prize goes to
Shazia Anjum. And I'll be requesting...
MashaAllah.
I'll be
All
requesting...
the way from Manchester.
Yes, exactly. So we are going to have the first female presence today. So I'll be requesting Justice Sayyidul Siddiqui Sahab to kindly present the award to the first female winner tonight.
Congratulations. Fantastic. Well done. Great to see a lady on stage winning an award as well.
First of all, I would like to thank the chairman of International Legal Conference to nominate me and choose me for this award. I didn't even think of this award, so I'd like to thank all of the participants who are here and who may have nominated my name. Thank you, all of you. And secondly, I'd like to answer the question of Christina. I think if female is lawyer, and she does something for community. She's more patient, she's more reliable, and she feels like doing something for human rights, especially because whenever I feel some kind of pain for the community members who cannot get justice for the expensive justice, so I feel pain. So the justice is expensive not only in Pakistan, but only in the United Kingdom as well. So many people cannot even afford the court fees or high court fees, and they are deprived from getting justice. We talk about delayed justice, but we never talk about expensive justice. I think we should talk about expensive justice, and justice should be for everyone, not for rich people. Justice should be for poor people as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So right. You're so right. Congratulations. I do have another question for you, though.
So Christian, hun thand pe gayi hai?
Well, come back. It's okay. First of all, I wanted to with the question with the pit bull. Okay, that was just for English lawyers, and the difference between a killer dog and an English lawyer woman is lipstick.
That was a brief answer, though.
This does absolutely not apply to this lovely, passionate, wonderful lady, but I do have a question, and that is, how is it for you as a woman in the legal profession, which is completely male-dominated, especially as an Asian, as we can see here in the room? That's what I'd like you to tell me.
Thank you so much. I faced so many challenges in my life, and it's not that easy to establish your own firm in England. When I was in Pakistan, even I established my own firm even after 6 months of apprenticeship, because I wanted to serve community on my own. I wanted to implement my own decisions. I wanted to do something better for my community, even if I have not had more opportunities to move forward, but still I've been struggling for, and alhamdulillah, today I've established my own law firm in Manchester. So many people contacted me. They wanted to become partner, but I said that you are more welcome. You can work with me, but I want to establish that women can do work on their own.
MashaAllah, really. Alhamdulillah, well done. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here. It's great to have you here. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Excellent. That seems like some kind of sexual discrimination. You only invited a female winner to speak, so I'm going to invite a male winner to speak.
Absolutely. And who's our next prize then? Okay, best solicitor, male in a law firm, family issues.
Yes, he was a male and in fact immigration issues, so now we have a male's male. He is in family issues. So we're requesting Gulnawaz Khan to come over from Addison Khan Solicitors to receive his award, and I'll be requesting Mr. Dr. Khalid Ranja Sahab to come over to present the award. Thank you, sir. If Ranja Sahab, if you... I just want to say one thing. Oh, yes, exactly. Thank you, sir. And I will be calling you, requesting you again.
First of all, thank you, ILC. Thank you, Mr. Mubeen Rasheed, who made all these things happen. And my old seniors are here, where I worked before as a trainee 4, 5, 6 years ago. And other thing, that when I was a student in the law, and Mr. Khalid Ranja, he taught us 3 years when I was in Pakistan. So by chance, he is the teacher who taught me, and he is the person who is giving me.
What an honor.
I wasn't aware about that, so he is the person there. Thank you very much, sir.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Gulwar Khan.
Congratulations. And is it the final one? No. And our second to last award for best solicitor in a law firm, criminal.
The person who's coming, he deals with criminals, in criminal law, in fact. We'll be requesting Mr. Muhammad Shafiq to arrive on the stage to receive the award from Mr. Hamid Khan Sahab. Congratulations, Muhammad Shafiq, and thank you, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, the final award for an overseas Pakistani best barrister in a law firm for civil litigation goes to
Barrister Islam Chowdhury. And to present the award, I would request Dr. Khalid Ranja Sahab again to do the honors.
Thank you.
Wow.
Really? You were together, these two gentlemen were together in the university, studied together. Where was that, gentlemen?
Law college.
Law college, Lahore.
Oh, right. In Lahore. Wonderful. And then you came here and you now have an award-winning practice here in the UK. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Could you please pose for the photographers?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, may I request a gentleman who's been on stage many times already. Mr. Hamid Khan is a Pakistani writer, politician, Supreme Court lawyer, and he's currently serving as the Senior Vice President of PTI. He's a prominent lawyer and has served as the Chairman and Vice Chairman of Pakistan Bar Council, former Vice Chairman of Punjab Bar Council, former President of the Supreme Court Bar Association of Pakistan. Notably, Hamid Khan wrote several books that are recommended reading for Pakistani students of law. Ladies and gentlemen, who has read some of the books of Mr. Hamid Khan? Hands up.
So many.
So many. Right. I'm so pleased. Excellent. Recommended reading, ladies and gentlemen, it says here in my script, okay, for any student of law. Hamid Khan, he studied law at the University of Punjab and the University of Illinois and has practiced over 30 years.
So
ladies and gentlemen.
A great warrior of the lawyers movement. Mr. Hamid Khan, let's give him a big round of applause.
Yes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable the Justice Retired Sayyiduzzaman Siddiqui, Mubeen Rasheed, Dr. Khalid Ranja, Ali Ahmed Kurd, and the Pakistani origin British lawyers. It's a great privilege for me to be here today. It was difficult for me to arrive. I had actually excused sought to be excused, but Mr. Mubeen Rasheed insisted, so I could hardly make it for an evening. But I am really pleased to be here today. It's one of the most distinguished August gathering here, which I have the privilege to address. Some of the very thought-provoking things were said here by Mr. Sibagatullah Qadri, and I think I'll try to address it briefly. What kind of vicissitudes that we lawyers have passed through over the history of Pakistan. And it is very much there today. Every time we pass through a very difficult time and a movement, and we come to a conclusion that perhaps this was the last, and we will not again suffer through those vicissitudes which we have done previously. Another aspect was very important. One of us, a host here, pointed out that Pakistan's founding father were mostly lawyers, whether it was Allama Muhammad Iqbal, whether it was Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Mr. Rahmat Ali was also named, and let me add couple of more lawyers who were founding fathers, which include Mr. Liaquat Ali Khan, which included many other of our original founding fathers who were there, were lawyers. But over a period of time, what has happened? Amongst the political leadership of Pakistan, we find very few lawyers. Actually, the political process in Pakistan has not been consistent. Our political journey has been tempered several times by military regimes, military rulers, military dictators. And with this tempered process, naturally, people with different kind of interest, backgrounds, understanding little about the importance of law, constitution, fundamental rights, and other things that we hold very dear to our values are not found in our leadership. And that led to a lot of compromises. Even our community stood compromised as a result of it. If you want to be part of any power process, then you have to make some compromises. That became a very unfortunately and hard fact of our lives. At the same time, with all these difficulties, I must say many of us stood up for our ideals, stood up for our principles, and we have a very significant examples present here in Justice retired Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui, who sacrificed his office of Chief Justice of Pakistan on the principle of constitutional supremacy and not accepting a military ruler to have his own way. These are what we call as the bright spots of our political, as of course, partly judicial life too. Even today we have the same, what we went through in 2 years of our lawyers movement, that of course was less for an individual. Many people misunderstood that perhaps this was a fight for an individual. It was for one particular person who at that given time was the Chief Justice of Pakistan. Of course, he became the symbol of that. But then it was for more than that reason. It was just to establish rule of law in Pakistan. It was just to show a military dictator cannot play havoc with the legal system in Pakistan, cannot undo a constitution of his own whim. He cannot force the judiciary to give him another term of 5 years illegitimately, when the constitution clearly said that he cannot, being in uniform, hold the office of president or could seek another term as president. So this was what was the fight about. We wanted to make sure that the judiciary has the upper hand in deciding whether a person in uniform can be a candidate for the president of the country. So that was one of the immediate causes of that lawyers' movement, which led him to a desperation in which he had to send the whole Supreme Court packing, the most of the High Courts packing. But at this time, for the first time, they stood their ground. And we certainly came out honorably, having the judges restored and asserting the judicial independence. Well, it is for the history to see what they actually achieved as a result of it. It may be too early to comment. We sometimes comment rather prematurely. It's only about more than a year since Iftikhar Mohd Chaudhry is retired. There's a lot of controversy about him, about his decisions, about the manner in which he ran the court after being restored. But I would let the verdict be made by the history. There are some good things that he has done. There are certain things which we did not meet the expectations of our legal fraternity or even for the country. But it's a matter of evaluation which will lead. However, things are not over, unfortunately. This is a very sensitive thing which Mr. Qadri pointed out, and we all feel that way. It was not a great spectacle for us, seeing all our political leaders in the political parties which are in the parliament sitting together with blatantly two military uniformed journals dictating terms to them. It was not a very happy spectacle for me and for most of our lawyers community. I must say I'm very happy about it that my own parent bar association, High Court Bar Association, was the first to condemn that and to condemn the 21st Amendment being brought about by a parliament to promote military courts. And that very bar association was the first to file a petition before the Supreme Court seeking that it should be declared invalid. It's my distinction that its main counsel who appeared for the admission of that petition. And then most of the lawyer associations came along after that. The Supreme Court Bar Association is now in the court before the Supreme Court against that. So is the Pakistan Bar Council, a number of other bar associations. I must say that where the political leaders failed, the lawyers have stood up. That must be a compliment to Pakistani lawyers. We may belong to any political party. Our political leaders may have any kind of compulsions, but we lawyers have none whatsoever. We have the courage to dissent within our party over something which is a matter of principle. And that's what we are happy about. Still, there is enough sensitivity in this country to do that. There may be some argument made that we are in a very extremely difficult situation. We are facing terrible terrorism. So therefore, we have to make some very exceptional decisions at this moment. I must say, there's no justification for military courts, whatever may be the conditions prevalent. And secondly, the military courts are no solution to any problem of terrorism. Our experience show that there is a failure of the executive. They don't apprehend terrorists. There is a complete failure in apprehension of terrorists. You will have to first apprehend someone, then investigate and collect evidence, then prosecute him. Only then the courts will come. When you are unable to apprehend, and if you apprehended, you are unable to investigate and collect the evidence, then you fail to prosecute him. What the courts can do? It means only that you now want to convict people without evidence. Is that the answer? Is that the 21st Amendment all about? We say, no, it cannot be. It should not be. Even the worst terrorist in the world has to be proven as a terrorist before something happens to him. So therefore, that is not the answer. That has never been an answer. And now, more than 3 months, about 3 months have elapsed. What has that done to the terrorism? Has the situation improved any better? What is going on? Terrorism is very much rampant everywhere. So therefore, it was less a matter of finding a solution to a problem that we are facing, rather than it was more who keeps how much of the power. It is more about the division of power amongst various powerful factions of Pakistan. It is more who is going to do what. and who is going to concede how much territory in the power in our highest echelons of power. And that is what has happened. Somebody has abdicated his power. Somebody has left things what they were supposed to, or rather elected to do. And somebody else or some other institutions have been asked to do what they are not supposed to do at times. Internal security is being handed over, and one institution being overburdened by all kind of. So therefore, the truth of the matters are something different. They are put before the nation in a different way. So, happen what may, I think I will not further dwell into this question, which is a burning question right now, which agitate us and all of us for that matter in the legal profession. And we sometimes have are anxious and are anxiety about the future of our legal profession in the face of this erosion of constitutional dispensation, which we fear that may take place unless the Supreme Court really proves itself to be independent enough to take care of this situation. And the matter is for all of us to see and for the future to decide. Having said all that, I once again want to deeply thank the hosts of today's event for inviting me at this occasion, and I'm really pleased to know that Pakistani lawyers, British lawyers with Pakistani origin are doing so well here. One of our colleagues, your colleagues, told me that there are more Pakistani QCs than Indian QCs. I'm not saying it, but it's a great achievement. A smaller country producing more QCs, its expatriate community producing more QCs than a larger country. It's a matter of great pride for all of us, for any Pakistani, whether in Pakistan or an expatriate. And I only pray that may Allah give you further successes and make us all proud of you. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best legal TV program.
Yes, we have a category for the best legal TV program, and it goes to Ali Bukhari. May I request you to come forward to receive your award from Hamid Khan Sahib.
So what's the show on? What channel are you on? What's your show called?
It's called Kanun Aur Aap on Venus TV.
You and the law.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you.
Ali Bukhari, congratulations. Please stay, sir. Stay.
And the next award goes to the Legal Personality of the Year 2005.
Yeah, 2015. Yes, every other
15, of course.
the half year is still left, but we believe the recipient is going to hold the award till the end of the year. So this goes to Rasheed Aslam. Could I request you to come over to the stage and receive your award by Hamid Khan Sahib?
And the next award goes to the Best Law Firm of the Year 2000.
The category is immigration again, which seems to be very popular among Pakistanis. So we have MR Solicitors. May I request you to come on? Congratulations, MR Solicitors.
Congratulations.
Yes, you seem to have a big party here.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I think you're also a great supporter of the evening.
Oh, certainly. So special thanks to you for...
Special thanks for supporting this evening, MR Solicitors.
ILC Awards as well, yeah.
And congratulations once again. Now, the next award goes to the Best Law Firm, Personal Injury.
Yes, Best Law Firm of the Year 2015 for personal injury. And it goes to United Solicitors from Manchester. So we have one award going to North. Congratulations. Khan Sahib, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next award goes to the host newspaper of tonight's evening. It goes to the chief editor, Naibad, Chaudhry Abdur Rahman. So someone from Naibad could come over to receive the award. And may I request Khalid Ranja Sahab to come over to the stage and present the award. Yes, the resident editor of Naibad, Mubeen Rasheed.
The next award goes to Aslam Zar, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of Pakistan.
He's also coordinator for ILC 2015. So could I request Aslam Zar to come over to the stage and receive his award? And this last one, it goes to Member Advisory for ILC 2015.
Mr. Aslam Sheikh.
Aslam Sheikh Celesta. Could I request you to come over to the stage? So it seems we are done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right, too many winners. But seeing now they deserve
Where's
it.
this winner then?
What a wonderful
Where's
work.
the winner then? Aslam Sheikh Solicitors.
I think the person is not present right now, so
Right.
in a while.
Moving on to the next award.
Yes, moving to the next, in fact, our top range speaker. And the next person I'm going to call, in fact, he is the one who inspired our entire generation during the lawyers' movement. And he's the guy I would say something in Urdu about him. मैं खुद ज़मीं हूँ मगर ज़र्फ़ आसमान का है मैं खुद ज़मीं हूँ मगर ज़र्फ़ आसमान का है कि टूट कर भी मेरा हौसला चट्टान का है कफ़स तो खैर मुक़द्दर में था ही मगर मोहसिन हवा में शोर अभी तक मेरी उड़ान का है और जब हम ये शेर पढ़ें तो हमें मालूम है ये किसके बारे में है अली अहमद कर्द के बारे में जिनको इंट्रोड्यूस कराएंगी क्रिस्टियाना Before he comes, let's introduce him.
Ladies and gentlemen, 60-year-old flamboyant lawyer firebrand Ahmed Kurd has spent most of his life in judicial activism and fighting dictatorship. How noble is that? He went to jail for the first time when he was merely 17 years old as a student of the Mustang district of Balochistan. For him, that was nothing unusual because he came from a political family and they always participated in anti-government allegations from teenage days. Now, also you were quoted as saying that your time in jail is the reason for your fearlessness later on in life. That's pretty cool. Jail, you said, no longer frightens you because you spent more than 6.5 years of your life there. However, more recently, you have been an active lawyer's leader since the 1980s, but you came to limelight after the eruption of the judicial crisis in Pakistan, where you, with your fiery speeches, fueled the lawyers' movement and fought for the reinstatement of the Chief Justice
Our angry
of
young
Pakistan.
man, Ali Ahmed Kurd.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. सेंट्रल लंदन में मैरियट होटल के इस खूबसूरत हॉल में किसी भी लिहाज से किसी भी लॉजिकल उससे थिंकिंग से ये जगह ना तो ओरेटरी की है और ना उस किस्म की तकरीरों का वक्त है कि जो कभी किसी ज़माने में हम लोग क्या करते थे वैसे भी ओरेटर के जब हाथ बंधे हों तो ओरेटरी नहीं हो सकती सिर्फ बातचीत हो सकती है गुफ्तगू हो सकती है कहने का मेरा मतलब ये है कि जब तक हाथ फ्री नहीं हो तो ओरेटरी नहीं हो सकती इसीलिए बात हो रही थी हम हामिद खान साहब हम असलम ज़ार साहब और जितने भी यहाँ पाकिस्तानी नजात ब्रिटिशर्स हैं वो वकला और QC सबतुल्ला कादरी साहब हम सब यकीनन मैं ये समझता हूँ और बहुत अरसे से मैं सोच का हूँ कि हर वकील के अंदर एक फाइटर छुपा होता है और अगर वो वकील अपनी वकालत अपने प्रोफेशन के दौरान में अपने अंदर छुपे हुए उस फाइटर को नहीं पहचानता तो वकील के हवाले से पैसे तो यकीनन कमा लेता है, बंगले और गाड़ियों की भी रेल पेल हो जाती है, मगर लास्ट असेसमेंट आखिरी वक्त उसे यह एहसास होता है कि अल्लाह ताला ने जो उसे ज़िंदगी दी थी और जिस वो प्रोफेशन में आया है, प्रोफेशन ऑफ द नोबल, उसमें उसने जो असल क्वालिटी, असल अपने अंदर के फाइटर के साथ जो इस प्रोफेशन को वो दे सकता था, वो यकीनन फिर उसने नहीं दिया, तो यकीनन ज़िंदगी अपने अफसोस के साथ। हम वकील इस लिहाज से, मैं पाकिस्तान के अपने मुल्क की बात करता हूँ, हमने ये साबित किया है और यकीनन कई बार साबित किया और बहुत दर्ले और बड़े दम दराक से साबित किया है कि हमारा वकील हमारे मुल्क का वकील, जिसकी प्रैक्टिस छोटी प्रैक्टिस 6 मंथ्स की है या हामिद खान साहब की तरह सीनियर है, सब में वो अंदर का जो छुपा हुआ फाइटर है। हमने ये साबित किया, हमने पाकिस्तान के वकला ने, कि हर वक्त जब हमारे मुल्क ने, हमारे अवाम ने, हमारे माशरे ने जब तकाजा किया किसी जुल्म और बेइंसाफी के खिलाफ लड़ने का, ये जो आज सियासी जमातें बैठी हैं, ये जो बड़े बड़े लीडर हमारे मुल्क के बैठे हैं, मैं आपको रिकॉर्ड से साबित कर सकता हूँ, पहले पाकिस्तान के वकील निकले हैं, वकला निकले हैं, लीडर निकले हैं, उसके बाद ये लोग। ज़ियाउल हक का दौर हो, जो हमारी सियासत का, हमारे मुल्क का और हमारे माशरे के ऊपर आज तक वो जो बदतरीन असरात है, वो बदतरीन जो उसके नुकाइस हैं, जिसे हम आज तक अपनी तमाम तर जदोजहद, अपनी तमाम तर उसके खिलाफ लड़ने के बावजूद उन असरात से अभी तक हम नहीं निकल सकते। उस मार्शल्ला दौर में, उस रिजीम में, जब कोई शख्स उस डिक्टेटर्स के सामने बात नहीं कर सकता था, यही लाहौर के वकील, यही पाकिस्तान के वकील थे। उस वक्त तक की पाकिस्तान में पाकिस्तान के वकला तहरीक के सबसे बड़े इज्तिमा, सबसे बड़ी गैदरिंग, 3500 वकला पाकिस्तान के जमा हुए और ऐलानिया और खड़े होकर और एक से एक वकील ने अपनी तमाम ताकत के साथ उस डिक्टेटर को ललकारा और उसको कहा कि आज के बाद जब ये वकला इस मुल्क में इस जुल्म और बेइंसाफी और तुम्हारी इस डिक्टेटरशिप के खिलाफ जमा हुए हैं, आज के बाद ये फैसला होगा कि इस मुल्क में रूल ऑफ लॉ होगा या ज़ियाउल हक होगा। हमें फख्र हासिल है। मेरे ख्याल में हमें खुशी भी होती है कि थोड़ा सा से सीना निकाल कर चलने में हमें अच्छा भी लगता है, क्योंकि हम लड़े हैं, ज़ियाउल हक के खिलाफ लड़े, अयूब खान के खिलाफ लड़े, परवेज़ मुशर्रफ के खिलाफ लड़े, और हर उस वक्त जब पाकिस्तान में गरीब लोगों के ऊपर, जब पाकिस्तान के मजबूर लोगों के ऊपर, जब पाकिस्तान के कुचले हुए लोगों के ऊपर जब भी उस जुल्म और बेइंसाफी के खिलाफ लड़ने का वक्त आया, तकाजा हुआ, डिमांड था, मैं आपको ईमानदारी से कहता हूं वकील, और बिल्कुल बहादुरी से, और यही वजह थी, मेरे ख्याल हमारी यही पाकिस्तान की वकला की यही ईमानदारी थी, यही हमारा खलूस था, यही हमारी सादगी थी, या यही अपने मुल्क के मजलूम और गरीब लोगों के लिए लड़ने का जज्बा था कि जब 9 मार्च का स्टेज लगा, हमारे मुल्क में हमारे माशरे में, जैसे तमाम ममालिक के माशरों में शोबे हैं, डॉक्टर्स हैं, सर्जन्स हैं, बिजनेसमैन हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, लेबर्स हैं, किसान हैं, अवाम हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं। सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि क्यों पाकिस्तान में ये तमाम तंजीमों और तमाम यूनियन और तमाम ताकतवर तबका की मौजूदगी में क्यों अल्लाह ताला ने सिर्फ वकीलों की ये जिम्मेदारी लगाई कि उस क्रूशियल टाइम में, उस सबसे पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री के सबसे क्रूशियल टाइम में क्यों अल्लाह ताला की रहमत ने पाकिस्तान के वकला को चूज किया या चॉइस किया? क्यों? इसीलिए कि पाकिस्तान के वकला ने तमाम वक्त हर डिक्टेटर के खिलाफ बड़ी ईमानदारी से और बड़ी बहादुरी से जंग, इसीलिए कुर्राए फार ना डॉक्टर्स के हिस्से में आया, ना बिजनेसमैन के हिस्से में, ना स्टूडेंट्स, ना किसी हिस्से में नहीं आया। ये कुर्राए फाल सिर्फ वकीलों के हाथ है। और मैं ईमानदारी से कहता हूं और दावे से कहता हूं, हामिद खान साहब बैठे हैं, मेरा लीडर है, मैंने इनके साथ काम किया। LFO की मशहूर तरीन मूवमेंट हमने चला, हामिद खान साहब थे, मैं हमेशा इनके साथ रहा। मेरा असूल था कि जो लीडर है उसका हक है, एक कदम वो आगे रहेगा, मगर उसके साथ जो फॉलोअर है वो एक कदम उसके साथ आगे नहीं, उसको राइट नहीं है, फॉलोअर को राइट नहीं है कि वो लीडर के आगे बढ़े, मगर उस फॉलोअर का ये फर्ज है कि वो अपने लीडर के साथ सामने बैठे। LFO की तहरीक में सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वो सारे के सारे जजमेंट्स, सारे के सारे कंट्रोवर्शियल जजमेंट्स, डिस्प्यूटेड जजमेंट्स, वो सारे के सारे जजमेंट, उसमें मैं बलूचिस्तान बार एसोसिएशन का सदर था, वो सारे के सारे जजमेंट्स हमने नजर आतिश किया और उसको हवा में भी किया। वो दुनिया में उस वक्त कि उस LFO की तहरीक का सबसे बड़ी खबर थी। वैसे तो लोगों ने मुझे कहा कि आप वकील होकर आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट की ये जजमेंट्स नहीं जलानी चाहिए थी। मैंने कहा अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट हो तो तब ये ना कुछ सुप्रीम कोर्ट है ना इसमें बैठे हुए जज इसका हक रखते हैं कि उसको जज बन के, उसको जज समझ के उनको जो है डेकोरम दिया जाए, उनको रिस्पेक्ट दिया जाए। मैं वो शख्स था 1980 में एज ए राइट मेरा था कि मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में उसमें एनरोलमेंट कमेटी के सामने पेश होकर जो है मैं अपना लाइसेंस, मैंने 6 साल तक जो है मैंने रिफ्यूज किया। मैंने कहा मैं जिस अदालत को मैं अदालत नहीं मानता मैं नहीं बनता, मैं नहीं बना। हालांकि उस तमाम दौर में पाकिस्तान में जितनी वकला तहरीक थी उस सारी तहरीक के हरावल दस्ते में मैं रहा हूं। तमाम वक्त मैं बलूचिस्तान बार काउंसिल का प्रेसिडेंट रहा हूं, वाइस चेयरमैन रहा हूं, सुबह हर सब मेरा, मगर मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के लाइसेंस के लिए मैं कभी पेश नहीं हुआ। ये बाद में तारिक महमूद साहब जब आए, उससे पहले जब तारिक और साथी आए, उन्होंने कहा कुदरत को कुछ और मंजूर था, अगर मुमकिन है मैं और उस वक्त अगर मैं जाके लाइसेंस के लिए मैं अपीयर नहीं होता एनरोलमेंट कमेटी में तो साफ ज़ाहिर है मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट बार का सदर भी नहीं बन सकता। और अल्लाह ताला ने जो वो मेरे ज़िम्मे जो कामयाबी डालनी थी, मुमकिन है मैं उससे रह जाता। तो कहने का मेरा मकसद ये है, ये जैसे सारे के सारे जज बैठे हुए, ये हामिद खान बैठा हुआ है, हम हामिद खान और मैं और हम सारे साथी गए, हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बेंच में गए, उसमें 3 जजेस का बेंच बैठा हुआ था, हमने पिटीशन लगाई हुई थी उस पे। हाँ, हामिद खान साहब गए, हामिद खान साहब ने कहा कि हमें अब वी हैव लॉस्ट एवरी ट्रस्ट इन दिस कोर्ट, प्लीज गिव इट अस आवर पिटीशन बैक। सामने बैठे, मैं ये रिकॉर्ड सामने बैठा, 3 जज बैठे थे, उनके पास जवाब नहीं था। जब आदमी अंदर से चोर होता है, जब आदमी अंदर से चोर होता है और अंदर से कमजोर होता है, उस शख्स के पास कभी भी किसी भी चीज का जवाब नहीं होता। इन जजेस के पास भी जवाब नहीं, इन जजेस के पास भी जवाब नहीं था। वो LFO की मूवमेंट थी। तो उसके बाद जब 9 मार्च का वक्त आया, वो वकला निकले। मैं आपको ईमानदारी से कहता हूं कि वो वकला मूवमेंट की स्टाफ की लीडरशिप से लेकर वो 6 महीने की प्रैक्टिस करने वाला जो आदमी है, उसकी और उस दोनों के ईमानदारी में और खुलूस में रत्ती भर भी फर्क नहीं था। हम दावे से कहते थे कि ये जितनी सी भी एस्टेब्लिशमेंट बैठी हो, जितनी भी ये रिजीम के करता धरता बैठे हैं, बड़े लीडरों को तो छोड़ दें, बड़े सीनियर को तो छोड़ दें, एक आम छोटे वकील को भी अगर ये हमारे मूवमेंट से काट कर ले जाए, हम आज इस मूवमेंट को काल ऑफ करते हैं। दावे से हम कहते थे, हमें एतमाद था अपने सारे वकीलों को। आपने देखा कि वही वकला बाद में 16 मार्च का वक्त है। जो हमारा काम था हमने पूरी ईमानदारी से किया, उसके बाद 16 मार्च के बाद जिनका काम था उनको करना चाहिए, हमारा काम नहीं था। उसके बाद जो लोग आए, उसके बाद जो शख्स आए, उसके बाद जो लोग आए, जो उनका फर्ज बनता था। जज की कुर्सी पे बैठा हुआ खुदाई सिफत की कुर्सी है, वो कुर्सी है जिस पे खुदावंद ताला भी रोज़ महशर जाके फैसले करेगा। उस कुर्सी के ऊपर जाके एक जज बैठता है, उसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि वो तमाम चीजें से कट के अपने आप को निकाल के सिर्फ और सिर्फ इंसाफ की बात करे। आए वो शख्स आज लाहौर में बैठा हुआ है, 20-25 करोड़ रुपए की बंगले बनाकर बैठा हुआ है। क्या करना है वो बंगले में, क्या करके बैठा आए? आज अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट का इलेक्शन हुआ, हम सारे वहां मौजूद थे, मेला लगा हुआ था, सारे के सारे मौजूद थे। अगर एक शख्स मौजूद नहीं था जिसने सुप्रीम कोर्ट का अपना लाइसेंस रिवाइव किया, तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ वही शख्स नहीं था जो कि आज बंगले से बाहर निकल नहीं सकता। ये इंसाफ करना उसका काम था। जब वो कराची के सेंट्रल जेल में गए, उसके बाद अडयाला सेंट्रल जेल में जब इंस्पेक्शन किया, तो मैंने कहा ये सब कॉन्टिनेंट के में पहला मौका है कि किसी मुल्क के चीफ जस्टिस ने जो है जेल का विजिट किया है। मैंने कहा अच्छी बात है, मगर मैंने कहा चौधरी साहब आपका काम जेल का विजिट करना नहीं है, आपका काम डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट्स और हाई कोर्ट्स इन जगहों में जाके आप देखेंगे कि वहां पे क्या कुछ हो रहा है। वहां उनको उनके जाने की उसको वक्त नहीं मिला, जरूरत नहीं हुई। आज आप वो देखते हैं, तो ये हमने ईमानदारी से काम किया। मैं आपको कसम से कहता हूं, अपनी तरफ से नहीं, अपने सारे वकला की तरफ से कहता हूं। मैं आपको ईमानदारी से कहता है कि हमें खुशी होती है। हमने ईमानदारी से काम किया, बिल्कुल अपनी डेप्थ, अपने हार्ट और माइंड के बिल्कुल डेप्थ के अंदर से जितनी भी ईमानदारी हो सकती थी हमने किया। जरा सी भी उसमें आप जज्बे के लिहाज से, ईमानदारी के लिहाज से, जदोजहद के लिहाज से, बहादुरी के लिहाज से, जुर्रत के लिहाज से हमने जरा से भी मामूली से भी कोताही नहीं की। आंखों में आंखें रख डाल कैसे से बात की है। ये नहीं देखा कि उसके साथ कौन है और कैसे और कितनी ताकत का मालिक है। हमने उसकी ताकत को नहीं देखा, हमने अपनी बात को देखा और अपनी सच्चाई को देखा। तो ये वो मूवमेंट सच की मूवमेंट थी, और उसके मुकाबले में जो लोग थे वो झूठ थे। इसलिए सच को फतह हुई और झूठ को हार। वो सच की बात है। वो शख्स हम जानते थे कि ये सिंबॉलिक फिगर है, बस नथिंग एल्स। इसके अलावा ना इधर कुछ है, ना इधर कुछ है, ना आगे है, ना पीछे है। मगर हम 16 मार्च के बाद उस मूवमेंट को ले नहीं जा सकते थे, क्योंकि उसका क्लाइमेक्स 16 मार्च था। उसका क्लाइमेक्स यही था कि ये जजेस बहाल हो। उसके बाद सिर्फ हम दुआ कर सकते थे, उसके बाद सिर्फ हम उम्मीद कर सकते थे, उसके बाद सिर्फ हम अल्लाह ताला से वो कर सकते थे, कुछ नहीं हम कर सकते थे। मैं आपके सामने जो कुछ करना था वो चीफ साहब ने करना था। उनको अकीका अड्डू के पोजीशन से निकली हुई आधी बोतल शराब की तो नजर आई, और वो जो कि सारे मुल्क में जो एक सिस्टम जुडिशरी का सिस्टम ऐसे तितर बतर होकर बिखरा हुआ, वो नजर नहीं आया उसको। अपना लेवल देखे और आधी बोतल शराब के उसके ऊपर। जब आदमी ने काम करना नहीं होता तो फिर हकीका उडू आता है और उसके पोजीशन से निकली हुई आधी बोतल शराब होती है और सुओ मोटो। और जब काम करने वाले लोग होते हैं, जब काम होता है तो फिर वही होता है जो वकीलों ने। हमारा उस मुल्क पे हम शहरी हैं, हमारा मुल्क है, हम वहां पे सांस लेते हैं, जीते जागते हैं, हमारी सब कुछ वहां है। हमने वहां के लोगों को, जो आज तक कौम नहीं है, पाकिस्तान कोई एक नेशन नहीं है, नहीं बना है, किसी ने उसको बनाया नहीं, लिहाजा वो अभी तक कोई नेशन नहीं है। एक हुजूम था, हुजूम, भीड़, जिसको भीड़ कहते हैं, भीड़ चाल है, हुजूम था। जैसे बकरियों का होता है, जैसे भेड़ों का, जैसे जानवरों का होता है। हमने, ये वकीलों ने, हमने उसको अवाम बनाया। पाकिस्तान के लोगों को हुजूम से, भीड़ से, तितर बितर उससे निकाल के हमने उसको अवाम बनाया। जब अवाम की बात होती है तो अवाम एक ताकत की बात होती है। अवाम जहां पर है उस दुनिया में, उस अवाम की मर्जी के खिलाफ कुछ नहीं हो सकता। हमने इसको अवाम बनाया। 16 मार्च, बल्कि 2 साल तक जो मूवमेंट चली, पाकिस्तान के तमाम लोग एक अवाम की ताकत थी, अवाम थे। उनके सामने उस वक्त दुनिया का ताकतवर से ताकतवर आदमी भी नहीं खड़ा हो सकता था। हमने लोगों को ख्वाब दिए, लोगों को हमने ख्वाब दिए। हम जिम्मेवार लोग थे। हम ऐसे नहीं आए थे कि आसमान से हमको किसी ने लाकर फेंक दिया तो, और हमें ऐसे किसी खैरात में किसी ने जो है हमारे हाथ में लीडरशिप। हम जिम्मेवार लोग थे। हमको मालूम था हमने कौन सी बात करनी है, हमको मालूम था कि हमने कौन सी बात नहीं करनी है। सुबह शाम आजकल इनकलाब 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 की बात होती है। उस वक्त हमारे साथियों के जिम्मेवार जो हम लोग हैं, हमारी सारी तकरीरें उठा ली। अगर उस वक्त हम लोग इनकलाब की बात करते, हम लोग अगर इनकलाब की बात करते, तो वो 20 करोड़ का अवाम का रेला, उसको दुनिया की कोई ताकत नहीं रोक सकता था, कोई माई का लाल नहीं रोक सकता था। मगर क्यों? हम ये समझते थे कि हम पॉलिटिकल पार्टी नहीं है, हम ये समझते थे कि हम वकील हैं। हमारे पास वो ना मैकेनिज्म है, ना ताकत है, ना कुछ है। अगर ये कल इन लोग इनकलाब के नाम पर निकले तो ये कंट्रोल में नहीं होगा, ये डायरेक्ट अनार्की पैदा करेगा और डायरेक्ट अफरा तफरी की तरफ जाएगा। ये मुल्क जो है होगा। हमने एक किसी तकरीर में आप नहीं कह सकते हैं कि हमने लफ्ज इनकलाब की बात की। लोगों को हमने ख्वाब दिए, लोगों को हमने कहा ख्वाब देखो। लोगों को जब ख्वाब आप देखेंगे तो आप में जुर्रत पैदा होगी, सोचेंगे आप। तो पाकिस्तान के वकला ने सोचने वाले लोग पैदा किए, कौम बनाई, ख्वाब दिए उनको, और आरज़ुएं और उम्मीदें दी उनको। हमने कोई बुरा काम नहीं किया, मगर वहां पर ऐसे ताकतें बैठी हुई कि जिन्होंने देखा कि ये जो ख्वाब देखने का और उसके नतीजे में आज़ादाना सोचने का, आम गरीब और कुचला हुआ अवाम भी जब ख्वाब देखता है और सोचता है, तो ये पाकिस्तान की तारीख और पाकिस्तान की सियासत को बदल के रख देगा। लिहाजा उन्होंने उसको कर्व करना शुरू किया। आज फिर वही पाकिस्तान है, फिर भीड़ है, हुजूम है, कुछ नहीं, खाली भीड़ है और हुजूम है। और वो भीड़, उस वक्त का भीड़ हजूम तो बहरहाल चले, उसमें आज का जो वहाँ का पाकिस्तान का भीड़ और हुजूम है, तितर बितर है, एक दूसरे से एक साथ। शहर में आप फिरते हुए लोगों से शोल्डर आप रब करते हुए जाते हैं, मगर यहाँ का आदमी को इस आदमी के साथ और यहाँ के आदमी को इस आदमी के जज्बात के साथ, दुख दर्द के साथ कोई ताल्लुक नहीं। और ये सबसे खतरनाक चीज़ है, इसलिए कि आज पाकिस्तान में अपने बेइंतहा दर्जे की जुल्म और बेइंसाफी। आज पाकिस्तान में एक आवाज़ फिर चाहिए, गरीबों की दुख दर्द को उभारने वाली, सामने वाली एक आवाज़ चाहिए। और अगर ये आवाज़ नहीं उठी, मैं एक सियासी पॉलिटिकल वर्कर के तौर पर मैं ये समझता हूँ कि ये बहुत ख़तरनाक नहज पे जाएगा। और जितने पाकिस्तान में लोग हैं, आप सारे दानिश्वर हैं, इस चीज़ को आप जहन में रखें कि उधर एक मूवमेंट पैदा है। आज वहाँ पे पाकिस्तान में कोई पॉलिटिक्स नहीं है, बिल्कुल पॉलिटिक्स नहीं है। और जिस माशरे में पॉलिटिक्स नहीं है, जिस माशरे में सियासत नहीं है, वहाँ पर ना लीडर पैदा होंगे ना कुछ होगा। वहाँ पर यही होगा कि पार्लियामेंट में बड़े बड़े लोग बैठे हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े लोग बैठे हैं, 10 मिनट में बैठ के वो कहते हैं ठीक है जी, ये इस सिस्टम को नहीं मानते हैं, इस सिस्टम को मानते हैं। ऐसे नहीं होता। पार्लियामेंट माशरे की एक कलेक्टिव करेज, जहानत, तहजीब, सोच फिक्र का मरकज होता है, उसको रिफ्लेक्ट करता है। आज पार्लियामेंट है, कुछ नहीं उसके अंदर। तो इस लिहाज से आप जिन साथियों ने ये महफिल जमाई है, ये वो है, और इतने सारे लोगों को आपने बुलाया, आपका ये भी फ़र्ज़ है कि आप सोचें कि पाकिस्तान में क्या हो रहा है और हम लोगों ने आकर क्या बातें की और क्या हम। इस लिहाज से मैं आपको कहता हूँ कि पाकिस्तान में हालात उस लिहाज से बेहतर नहीं। 10 मिनट के अंदर अंदर अगर पूरी की पूरी पार्लियामेंट दस्तखत करने बैठ जाती है, तो इससे ज़्यादा और मैं आपको क्या सबूत दे सकता हूँ। मेरे ख्याल में जितना थोड़ा बहुत मैं समझता था, मैंने आपके सामने कोशिश गुजार कर दिया, और बड़ी मेहरबानी आपने हमें लंदन बुलाया। मैं पहले भी लंदन आता रहा हूँ, और वैसे भी मुझे बहुत खूबसूरत ये शहर लगता है। इस शहर के लिए जितनी भी तारीफ़ें हों, मेरे ख्याल में लंदन बहुत खूबसूरत है। और हमारे आने से, क्योंकि हम अंदर अपने जहन में सिर्फ हम खूबसूरती रखते हैं, तो अगर हम वहाँ से आएँ तो हमने आपके शहर में और ज़्यादा खूबसूरती पैदा की है। यकीन रहें कि ये शहर और खूबसूरत होता है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
हम ख्वाब फरोशों से कोई ख्वाब खरीदे। हमारे एंग्री यंग मैन अली अहमद कुर्द के लिए भरपूर तालियां। We have the honor to have Lord Qurban Hussain from the House of Lords with us today. May I request Lord Qurban Hussain to come over to the stage and present the Lifetime Achievement Award to Ali Ahmed Kurd Sahab. Thank you, sir. Can you please stay? May I also request our honorable guest from Pakistan, Mr. Hamid Khan Sahab, to come over to receive his Lifetime Achievement Award from Lord Qurban Hussain. Big round of applause. And our most honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan, the former Chief Justice of Pakistan, Justice Sayyid-uz-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab, with your big round of applause to receive his Lifetime Achievement Award from Lord Qurban Hussain. A big round of applause. Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, a very good evening to you all. May I say that first of all, my apologies for being late here today. It was my not first experience, but one of those experiences where I've been stuck in traffic for more than 2 hours, and I couldn't possibly be here any earlier. However, I've missed many of the speeches and presentations, but I'm glad to be here. I'm proud to be here among the cream of Pakistani judiciary and legal experts, although legal is not my field. However, I'm proud of those people who are working under extreme circumstances in Pakistan, particularly lawyers who have to deal with certain cases, and they have to risk their lives at many of the times we read newspapers. Although I left Pakistan for nearly 45 years ago, and therefore I wouldn't have a lot to talk about in terms of what goes and what doesn't go on in Pakistan. But nevertheless, we are proud of your work, sir, and it is the hard work of the Lawyers Forum and the other organizations who carry out this work, and we are proud of you. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So nice of you.
Thank you. And now it's my great pleasure to...
And while he's present here, I will be, in fact, inviting 5 different celebrities. I would say celebrities are winners from the British Pakistani community to receive their Lifetime Achievement Award. And the first one in them is the first Muslim QC, Sabqatullah Qadri. QC is requested to receive his award from the Chief Justice of Pakistan, former Chief Justice of Pakistan, Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab. A big round of applause for the first Muslim QC, Sabqatullah Qadri Sahab. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. And the next award goes to Mr. Naseem Ahmed.
From MRK Solicitors to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award in the hands of the former Chief Justice of Pakistan, Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab. Congratulations. Big round of applause.
Congratulations. And we got another award coming up for another Mr. Naseem. Mr. Naseem Bajwa.
Mr. Naseem Bajwa for Lifetime Achievement Award.
Congratulations.
Requested to receive your award from the hands of Justice Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab.
In my long life, spread over about 78 years, I had many happy moments, but I believe this is the happiest and one that I'm proud of. Thank you very much.
MashaAllah.
And while Justice Sahab is still present here, may I request Hamid Khan Sahab to join him as well. We have 2 more Lifetime Achievement Awards. Hamid Khan Sahab to join Justice Sahab over here. And I'll be requesting Dost Malik to come over and receive his Lifetime Achievement Award from the hands of Justice Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab and Hamid Khan Sahab. Thank you so much. And may I request the last one to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Amir Majid. Dr. Amir Majid to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award from the hands of Hamid Khan Sahab and Justice Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab, Mr. Dr. Amir Majid, who is in fact, who is the recipient of the award. So may we request Justice Sahab and Hamid Khan Sahab to come down the stage and pass on the award. A big round of applause for Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Amir Majid. Special round of applause for Dr. Amir Majid. Last and final speaker. In fact, there are so many honorable people around. There's a long list of stars, particularly those who have left their footprints in the history of Pakistan, in the legal process in the history of Pakistan. But this one person in particular is the one, in fact, who I would believe is the star of the stars, in fact. And to honor him, I would just present 1 or 2 verses. खुशबुओं का एक नगर आबाद होना चाहिए, खुशबुओं का एक नगर आबाद होना चाहिए, इस निज़ाम ज़र को बर्बाद होना चाहिए, जुल्म बच्चे जन रहा है कूचा व बाज़ार में, अदल को भी साहिब औलाद होना चाहिए. जो साहब यहाँ मौजूद हैं, in fact वो हैं जिनकी वजह से अदल आज भी साहिब औलाद है. And when he comes to the stage, I would say, yes, he deserves a standing ovation, because he is the one who left the biggest position as the Chief Justice of Pakistan for the sake of democracy and for the sake of rule of law. To introduce him, I would invite Christiana.
Thank you very much. It sounded so beautiful. You were saying your Urdu poetry. Perhaps you'll tell me over dinner the meaning of that in English. Well, I'm also very honored to be able to introduce Chief Justice Sayyid-ul-Zaman Siddiqui as a Pakistani jurist and legislator of great prominence, who served as Chief Justice of Pakistan during the 1999 military coup. And notably, he defied the request given by Pervez Musharraf to take a new oath under the Provisional Constitutional Order, PCO, saying that taking an oath under the PCO, in my opinion, will be a deviation from the oath I had taken to defend the Constitution of 1973. As a consequence of this, as Arif was alluding, he was forced to step down from his position by the military regime. And what strikes me that Mr. Siddiqui is a man, first and foremost, of honor, who is interested only in his principles and not in gaining power or remaining in power. So really, it's very touching. There are not many truly principled, honorable people around. And it's just wonderful to see. And I agree, let's all give a standing ovation.
Standing ovation to Justice Sayyiduzzaman Siddiqui Saab, because that's what he deserves.
And please join us on stage.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I must congratulate the organizers for having selected the month of March as a place, as a time to celebrate the 800th year of the Magna Carta. Month of March is very significant for Pakistan. Perhaps you may not be aware that the objective resolution, which is the foundation stone of the Pakistan government and the Pakistan government, was passed in March 1949. Same way, the consensus Constitution of Pakistan of 1956 was also promulgated in March 1956. It was the last of the Constitution of 1973. This was also promulgated in March. So month of March is a very, very significant month for the government of Pakistan, for the people of Pakistan, and it is very heartening to see that the Pakistan community is performing so well in England, and they are doing so much for the good of the country, and they are the backbone of our economy in Pakistan. The expatriate who are living here and elsewhere in Pakistan and other places, they are supporting Pakistan economy to a great extent by contributing substantially toward the economic growth of our country. I am really grateful to the organizer for having invited me and to give me an opportunity to express my thought about the Magna Carta. Magna Carta is a document, is a constitutional document which has been the basis for the downtrodden people of the England. And I must conclude by saying the way it was given the impression, and the Lord Dining has said about the Magna Carta was very significant. Magna Carta, in the words of the Lord Dining, Magna Carta is the greatest constitutional document of all times, the foundation of the freedom of individual against the arbitrary authority of the despot. So this is the principle which has been stated in the Magna Carta, and which you will find that this very principle has been repeated in many of the constitutions which had been inspired by Magna Carta, including the colonies which were held by the United Kingdom in many parts of the world. In Pakistan, we have a separate chapter for the purposes of granting the people the right to freedom, and to freedom of life, freedom of press, and freedom of all the human rights are incorporated in a separate chapter in our constitution. And I must say, the Pakistan constitution is also very much inspired by Magna Carta. Magna Carta is one of the greatest documents which has always protected the right of the individual against the despot, as Lord Downing has said in his remarks about the Magna Carta. I am sure that in times to come, the Magna Carta, though it is not in existence, and most of its provisions have been repealed, and it has now been replaced by a representative parliament in UK, but it will continue to inspire the people, to continue to inspire the rulers, and continue to inspire the other countries to safeguard the people, to safeguard the people's right, and to provide them protection against their despotic powers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Can you stay, please? Sir, can you stay? Last award before Your Excellency, you go to your seat. And that goes to Mr. and Mrs. Rasib Ghaffar, who both are in fact judges. And they are immigration, they deal with immigration. And both of them have been, in fact, nominated for this particular award. I will be calling and requesting Mr. and Mrs. Rasib Ghaffar to come over to stage and receive their award from the hands of Justice Sayyid-uz-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab.
Immigration judges? Right. Both of them, mashallah.
Both of them. So
wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, one of the rare pair. Thank you, sir. I would be, in fact, acknowledging support, massive support from Mia Hamid MR solicitors for this particular conference, for tonight's, to make it successful. So big round of applause for Mia Hamid and co from MR solicitors. And then I will be also acknowledging support from Sayyid Lakht Hussain from Muslim Hands. And you have been a great supporter for tonight's event, so thank you so much indeed.
And not to forget the organizer. Huge round of applause. Why don't you come up on stage and join us for the final speech? You know, you really came up with something so special. I don't think this has ever happened. A legal conference of this standing and this stature with Pakistan, the cream of the crop of Pakistan legal talent. Thank you so much. I learned so much tonight. And really, huge round of applause. It's your brainchild. Perhaps a few words. What made you think of creating such a conference and bringing us all together, the best of the talents?
Thank you so much, Christina, Arif, and Malik, for hosting such a wonderful show. This is a very, very humble effort from me to just invite some very renowned lawyers from Pakistan. I'm extremely thankful to Hamid Khan Sahab, who came on a very short notice, and he is just staying for less than 24 hours in London. I have no words to thank you, just to came here on my request. I know you are an extremely busy person. And of course, who can forget Justice Retired Sayyid-uz-Zaman Siddiqui Sahab? You are the real hero of Pakistani judiciary, who refused to take oath on the day when Pervez Musharraf, started his, when he just took over the power, and he just started creating a new era in Pakistan, of course. The main thing, the other guests, of course, Ali Ahmed Khurd Sahab, how can I forget you? Thank you so much for coming from Quetta. There is a strong representation from Quetta, so I am extremely thankful to that. The main thing that I want to say to all of your friends, all solicitors which came from all the way from Manchester, from Glasgow, from Newcastle, and of course London, we will inshallah keep on having this conference next year as well. This is first international legal conference. Thanks for coming here, and inshallah see you next year in March 2016 for second international legal conference. Thank you very much.
Excellent and well done, Mubeen Rasheed. And ladies and gentlemen, khana khul gaya hai.
Khana. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I think Christiana deserves a big round of applause.
And so does Ara.
So do I.
And so does Ara. Thank you.
आप इस तरह तो होश उड़ाया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो होश उड़ाया ना कीजिए, यूं बन संवर के सामने आया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो होश उड़ाया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो होश उड़ाया ना कीजिए, यूं बन संवर के सामने आया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो हो। आपका आइए हजार बार।
मालिक साहब,
मैं आपका घर आपका आइए हजार बार, लेकिन किसी की बातों में आया ना कीजिए, लेकिन किसी की बातों में आया ना कीजिए। यूं बन संवर के सामने आया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो हो।
जितने भी यहाँ पे इस टाइम तस्वीर खिंचवा रहे हैं, उनकी नज़र है शेर, और स्पेशली तस्वीर की नज़र है।
यूं मद भरी निगाह उठाया न कीजिए, यूं मद भरी निगाह उठाया ना कीजिए। पीना हराम है तो पिलाया ना कीजिए, पीना हराम है तो पिलाया ना कीजिए। यूं बन संवर के सामने आया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो हो।
शेर हासले गजल है और अब सबकी नजर है। फरहान भाई, खाने के साथ साथ गाना बहुत जरूरी है।
कहिए क्यों आप महब हैं किस किस ख्याल में, कहिए क्यों आप महब हैं किस किस ख्याल में। हमसे तो दिल की बातें छुपाया ना कीजिए, हमसे तो दिल की बातें छुपाया ना कीजिए। इमरान भाई, यूं बन संवर के सामने आया ना कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो हो।
Thank you, MR Solicitors.
मके गया गल मुकदी नाही, भावें सौ सौ जुमे पढ़ाइए, गंगा गया गल मुकदी नाही, ओ भावें सौ सौ गोते खाइए। बुल्ले शाह गल ताइयों मुकदी हो जद मैनू दिलों गवाइए जा जा है जा जा मंदिर मसीती वड़दाए हो कदे अपने आप चे वड़िया ही नहीं एवें 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 रोज शैतान नाल लड़दा है हो कदे नफ्स अपने नाल लड़िया ही नहीं बुल्ले शाह आसमानी उड़दियां फड़दा है ओ जेड़ा घर बैठा ओनू फड़िया ही नहीं सिर ते टोपी ते नीयत खोटी हो लेना की टोपी सिर धर के तस्बीह फेरी पर दिल ना फिरिया हो लेना की तस्बीह हाथ फड़ के उठ बुल्लिया उठ बुल्लिया है सिर ते टोपी ते नीयत खोटी हो लेना की टोपी सिर धर के तस्बीह फेरी पर दिल ना फिरिया हो लेना की तस्बीह हाथ फड़ के बुल्ले शाह जाग बिना दुध नहीं जमदा ओ भावें लाल होवे कड़ कड़ के राती जागे शेख सदा में ते राती जागण कुत्ते तैथी उत्ते राती भौंकणों बाज ना आउंदे ते फिर जारड़ा विच सुते तैथी उत्ते यार दा बूहा मूल ना छड़ दे यार दा बूहा मूल ना छड़ दे हो भावें मारो 100 जुत्ते तैथी उत्ते उठ बुल्लिया चल यार मना ले उन्हें ते बाजी ले गए कुत्ते तैथी उत्ते जितन जितन हर कोई करदा हर कोई करदा हर कोई करदा जितन जितन हर कोई करदा ओ तू हारन खेड फकीरां जितन दा मुल पैंदा कोडी ते हारन दा मुल हीरा।
जितने भी जीते हुए लोग हैं अब उनके महलों में जाते हैं और बड़े बड़े फोर्ट्स पे जाते हैं तो सब वहाँ पे उजाड़ है और कोई इंसान और कोई चरिंद कोई परिंद नज़र नहीं आता आपको। और जहाँ पे हारे हुए लोग हैं आप उनकी दरबारों और दरगाहों पे जाएं तो लोग बावजू होके पाक साफ होके अपने अल्लाह को याद करते हैं। और हारना एक इबादत है और अगर आप हारना इस दुनिया में सीख जाते हैं तो आपको सब कुछ यहाँ पे मिल जाता है। नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल हो नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल हो नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल कन्नी मुंदरा पाके कन्नी मुंदरा पाके मथे तिलक लगा के नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल जोगी दे नाल नाल जोगी मेरे नाल नाल मैं जोगी दे नाल नाल कोई किसे दे नाल कोई किसे दे नाल मैं जोगी दे नाल नाल जोगी मेरे नाल नाल मैं जोगी दे नाल नाल। इस जोगी मैनू की तारोगी इस जोगी मैनू की तारोगी नी मैं इस जोगी हुण होर न जोगी नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल कन्नी मुंदरा
कन्नी मुंदरा पाके मथे तिलक लगा के नी मैं जाना जोगी देना ओ रांझा रांझा कर दिनी मैं आपे रांझा होई सतो नी मैनू धी दो रांझा हीर न आखो कोई सतो नी मैनू धी दो रांझा हीर न आखो कोई किस दे नाल कोई किस दे नाल मैं जोगी दे नाल नाल जोगी मेरे नाल नाल मैं जोगी दे नाल नाल नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल हो नी मैं जाना जोगी दे नाल कन्नी मुंदरा पाके कन्नी मुंदरा पाके मथे तिलक लगा के नी मैं जाना जोगी दे
Thank you very much.